Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our webinar on gratitude, greed, and greatness. High on life. My name is Kameshwar Tiwari, and I'm thrilled to be your host today. Today, we have honored to have with us our esteemed speaker, Ms. Geeta Poduval. She is the founder and director of Drizia, former government officer, film and TV actress, a TEDx speaker, social entrepreneur, and a very compassionate and noble human being. To make this webinar as valuable as and interacting as possible, I encourage you to participate and keep the session interactive. So without delaying a bit, let's welcome our esteemed speaker, Ms. Geeta Poduval. Please, over to you, ma'am.
So if I am not going to be enjoying being trained after a day's work, then how can I expect you all to be sitting here and learning something? So what I'm going to be doing is that there are stories. Yes. Me being chosen to deliver this webinar today here itself means that, yes, I have accomplished something. I must have done something really good to be here and talking to you. But was it easy? Was it simple? Was it rosy? No. None of our lives is actually rosy. We all have challenges, we all have problems, all have troubles. What makes us a winner is how do we handle these challenges? What do we do with those challenges and problems? Kameshwar, can you go to the next slide, please? This pictures that you see is what actually kind of sums up my life, not fully, but at least briefly, this sums up my life. Let's go to the next one. Everyone knows who this person is. Albert Einstein said that in the middle of difficulty, there is an opportunity. Such a beautiful saying. I mean, I came to know of the saying much later. But when I came to know about this, when I read about this, the feeling was, oh my God, this is actually exactly what I was doing all my life. All the struggles, all the problems that one goes through, the beauty of everything that one goes through is that we try to find out that glimmer of hope or the small ray of light in every single challenge that we face in our lives. So what we are going to be doing here is that we are going to be talking about various issues that I have. Just a second, I'll just yes, when I said problems and challenges, when I was in school, now I'm sure you will be able to relate it in some or the other way for sure. And I would love to hear from you. Please keep some story in your mind as and when I narrate these stories. Okay. So I remember when I was a small child, and not so small, when I was in school, I loved being appreciated. And I'm sure every one of you does. And all of us like to be appreciated. All of us love it when someone claps for us, right? So as a small girl, I also loved being appreciated. So you know what I used to do? I used to look at the notice board of the school every day to see, is there something that I can participate and then win and then get appreciated? Today when I'm speaking to you, you may feel, oh my God, she's such an extrovert, she talks so well, she's connecting so well. But honestly speaking, yeah, because of my profession and because of what I do, because of the passion with which I do so many things, I do appear to be an extrovert. But honestly speaking, inside I'm an introvert, meaning I love to sit at home, I love my own company, I like to be by myself, read a book, spend time with myself. I don't know how many of you can relate to this. If you do, please do let me know that do you also feel the same way. So when I was in school, what happened is that I took part in an elocution competition. All of you know speech competition. I went up the stage and I think I was in the sixth standard or something at that time. And the moment I faced the mic, the first thing that I said is, respected principal, teachers, and my dear friends. That's it. After that, I did not remember a single word. And do you know what sound was coming out from the stage? The only sound that was coming out was not from my mouth, but it was coming from my feet. which means that my legs were shaking so badly that the wooden platform on which I was standing and speaking was actually shaking so badly that sound was coming from that. So the sound was not from my mouth, it was coming from the place on the dais on which I was standing and talking. I failed miserably. I failed miserably. I was so bad. Everyone laughed at me. Everyone mocked at me that, Geeta, you should not participate when you can't. That small girl studying in sixth standard, when I got down from the stage, I actually cried. Isn't it normal? Isn't it natural? I cried badly. I went home and cried, and I promised myself I am never going to go up the stage and talk ever again. I can't. Everyone has told me I can't. I can't. Now, the point is that if on that day I believed on the I can't, Kameshwar, change the slide. If I had believed on that I can't. So if you can see in the slide here, there is this small cartoon. No, it is not me. That girl who is standing on the stage and crying is not me. It is just a picture, because I don't have a picture of me making a fool of myself. So uh, I cried so much. I decided I'm never ever going to participate in a speech competition ever. But what happened is that I was going through a lot of problems financially, me and my family. So those were the days when I was actually desperately trying to find out what is the way in which I can help my mother in running the house. You will not believe it that I used to participate only in those competitions where the prize was not a trophy, but the prize was money. Because what would I do with the trophy? The desire to be appreciated took a backseat, and now the importance was, how do I earn money by participating and winning in competitions. I started taking part in competitions, and then I remember I took part in a Times of India speaking competition. I won a prize there, and I won 200 rupees. I remember I took that 200 rupee note to my mother. My mother was happy and sad, both emotions at the same time. Happy because her daughter had won, and sad because she had to take that 200 rupees from me in order to buy a tin of oil for the house. So, the same girl who had failed miserably on the stage, afraid to speak in front of the public, I had to work very hard on myself because I did not have anyone to help me at that time. I had to work myself on myself in order to overcome that fear of speaking in public. And later on, as I moved from one strength to another, a day came when I won the All India Inter University competition in public speaking conducted at Wardha, Pune. That day I realized that yes, finally I have overcome one of the challenges in life, where this girl who is so scared of people, who is so scared of everyone, I had to work hard. I had to push myself. I did not have anyone to push behind me. Why? Because my family was more concerned about how to make two ends meet. They did not care about the competitions. They can't care about the competitions. They can't care about other things because they had to make two ends meet. The next thing that I remember, Kameshwar, change the slide. The next thing I remember is when I used to love singing. I'm sure up may say you, a lot of you must be bathroom singers or actually stage performers. I loved singing. I loved singing. And when I used to sing at home, you know what happens? I felt, array, I sing beautifully. So I remember I took part in a talent competition in college. I got selected because yeah, acha, I can sing I reasonably better. Okay, so not that bad. So I got selected and I went up on the stage on the day of the program. I sang. I did not know. I sang and I remember which song. Haste haste kat jaye raste zindagi yu hi katti rahe. Khoon bhari mang film song it was. I sang that song, came out of the stage, and the moment I came to the backstage, a boy came running, and the first thing that boy said is that, Geeta, I have a request to make. Please never sing again on the stage. That joy, the happiness completely shattered. You can imagine, You have dared to go up on the stage and sing, and someone comes and tells you, please don't sing in public. Please don't ever sing on the stage. Yeah, my world crumbled. I was very sad. I was complete, and I promised again. Like how I promised that I will never speak on the stage, here again I promised myself, up to now, I'm never going to sing again. I'm never going to sing again. But I loved music. And every day at home, I used to sing to keep myself happy in spite of all the challenges and problems that was around me. Then one day, my friends fooled me. There was a program which was a paid program. People had to buy tickets to see that program, and these friends of mine, they put my name in the audition. I did not know that. I thought that it is just we are going to watch it. We went there, and my name was announced. I went up. I was shocked. Of course, audition mein to there is never problem. I used to clear all the auditions. It is only when I go up on the stage that the problem starts. So I cleared the audition. I remember the song that I had sung, "Ik Pyar Ka Nagma Hai." Now, after the audition was over, this time I decided no, enough is enough. I will not allow anyone to make fun of me. I worked hard. I believed. You know why I could succeed? Because I believed in myself. Because I knew that this is a competency that I had. I can sing. I can entertain an audience. So, what is it that is going wrong? See, please understand, I did not have anyone to guide me, support me, because I come from a family which is not into show business, or which is not into entertainment field, nothing. Simple government employees. So when you do not have anyone to guide you, that is the time your true character is proved. Are you really passionate about what you really want to do, or are you going to give up just because someone made fun of you? I did not allow that incidents to affect me, and I practiced and practiced and practiced. And what happened? I went up on the stage. I was dead scared because, oh no, I don't want anyone else to come and tell me, "Arey, fir tumne gaya." You again dared to sing in public. So I went up on the stage. This time the song was "Ek to kam zindagani usse pyar do pyar lo." Now, this time I sang, and after the song was over, I came out once again to the backstage. And then from the music orchestra, Lakhya Orchestra in Ahmedabad, one of the musicians came running. Oh God, you should have seen my face at that time. Oh no, 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 I don't want to hear. No, no, he will again make fun of me. I was so scared. My hands, my legs, everything was shivering. And then this guy comes up and tell me, Geeta, you have to come up on the stage again. You've got once more. No, I can't believe this. No, no, there's something wrong. There's something wrong. I can't believe this. So I said, no, no, no. What? He had to repeat it 3 times that आपको once more mila hai. You have got once more. Go up on the stage again. We don't have time. Please request the audience. Thank you, and you have go on to the next song. So I went up the stage, said thank you so much for giving me the once more, but there are so many other songs. I'm leaving. But they did not allow me to leave. They said, no, we want once more, we want once more, we want once more. And finally, Meri Zindagi Ka, my life's first once more, I sang on that day. I was that same girl who was dead scared, crying badly because a guy came up and told me, don't ever sing in public again. And that was one day, and this was one day when actually I got once more. And finally, this particular orchestra selected me to sing professionally with them. Again, please remember, this is challenge number 2, where I had to overcome this challenge all by myself. Now let's go ahead. Third passion, and that was dancing. Yeah, I love dancing. My father loved dancing. By the way, my father always wanted to become a film actor, but he could not, because here he was struggling to manage the finances of the house. There is no question of becoming an actor. So he always liked performing arts and all those things. So he gave me one permission. He allowed me to learn Bharatnatyam. But you know what? In our country, what happens is that I don't know what is the situation now, but I'm talking about the situation then, and I'm sure it must be there now also in many places, that for a girl, especially in the South, it was that you get a government job and then you get married. That is the direct ticket. So the ticket to get married, to get a good husband, is to get a government. So if you have a government job, the your market value goes up. So I was not allowed to pursue Bharatanatyam professionally because that is not what was important, considered important and critical. But please remember, you can see in this photograph, the girl who is dancing on the stage, the girl with the short hair, is of course me. I finally managed, and this performance was at the age of 38 years on television. So, Joe, anything that you do in life, at some point of life, you will get an opportunity to fulfill your dream. Nothing goes waste. Nothing goes waste. Today, I am very passionate about dancing. I teach handicapped children dancing. I also am connected with the art very closely. I'm able to do all these things because once upon a time I liked dancing and I learned it, and that is the reason why still there is so much of value for me regarding the art. But you may feel after hearing all this is that everything is very rosy. Geeta, badhiya hai. You were afraid of speaking in audience and you went on to win the inter university competition. You were afraid about singing and you went on to be a part of a professional orchestra. You learned Bharatnatyam. You started dancing at the age of 38 on television. Everything is okay, but that was not what my real life was. Do you see a couple of pictures over here? 3 photos to be precise. This is what my childhood was. So it was that when I was studying in school, I remember my parents had to struggle a lot to make 2 ends meet. Yeah, we did not even have the finance to pay fees at time. So I, even when I was in my school days, used to take tuitions of other children. So I myself was hardly 15, 16, hardly 15 years, I guess 14, 15 years. I was taking tuitions for other children. I was teaching dancing to other children. And during my summer vacations, I used to search for some small job so that I can help my family. I used to go to banks at that time. Summer vacation jobs used to be there in the banks. I don't know if it is still there, but there used to be this cash counting jobs that used to be given to students, and we used to get paid 100 rupees, 200 rupees. So those were the times. My entire childhood, I remember even on even my 10th standard, because we did not have money to pay for electricity bills. I used to study under a lamp. I know this stories sound cliche, but I am not here to talk to you anything fake, because I cannot create an impact in you if I speak anything but my experiences. And that is the reason why I'm sticking only to my real life and I'm showing you my real life, because I am a simple, ordinary, very, very plain female. If I can do what I have done till now, 100% you guys can do. 100%. There's no doubt about it. If I can do it, you can guarantee do it. And that is the reason why I'm here to tell you that problems will 100% be there. Challenges will 100% be there. There will be no one around you. There will be people around you who will be making fun of you. It's up to you how you take it. Well, things are still not over. So I used to do these kind of jobs in order to pay for my education, in order to meet my small needs like buying a new dress for school, etc., etc. This is how an entire struggle of a childhood and college life went by. Now I'll show you an image now. Kameshwar, can you show it? Can you see lot of dirty dusty files over here? I'm sure you must have guessed that this would definitely be some government office. You are right. I'm sure you must be. I can see a lot of smiling faces and laughing faces. Yeah, true. But of course, this is a little exaggerated version of the photo. My office was not that bad. But yeah, the storage department always used to be packed with files. This photograph signifies that I was working in the government department. So I did not want to join the government. I wanted to do a corporate job. But my mother dragged me to join the government department. I joined the government department. You know, in what post? I wanted to become an IAS officer. But you know what post I joined? I joined as an LDC. LDC means lower division clerk, which means that I was at the lowest rank of the government hierarchy. The lowest is, of course, Group D, but as far as the Group C is concerned, I was in the lowest rank. That is a lower division clerk. Now, when my mother forced me to join the government department, of course, I was very upset. But yeah, today I'm very grateful to her. It is because of her I get a pension, by the way. So I'm very grateful to her. But then the point is that when I joined the government department as a lower division clerk, I knew I had no choice to, I cannot run away now, because a middle class, a lower middle class South Indian girl who comes from a very tough background, the next step being marriage, I cannot leave this job. I knew I cannot leave this job. I knew I will not be able to escape. So you know what I did? That again, that something inside me started biting and scratching inside, saying, Geeta, now that you have to be in government office, do your best. So you have no choice to run away. So do your best, give your best. So this is again a lesson that when life puts you into circumstances from which if you can get out, get out. But if you cannot get out, give your 100%. And that is what I did. I decided, okay, I'm a lower division clerk today. I will see to it that I will become an officer in this very government department. I started studying hard. I passed all my exams in first attempt. And to cut a long story short, as far as the government side is concerned, within 5 years, I became an audit officer. Now, again, I started, that scratching happened. I saw people going abroad. I had never gone abroad till then. So when I started seeing other officers going abroad for United Nations audit, again that thing started biting inside. Geeta, you also want to go, right? And how much pride it would be to represent the government of India and go abroad. Wow, it would be such a great feeling than spending your own money and going for a vacation. So I found out what is the process. I applied. Okay, so the process of going for United Nations audit is that have to have a three consecutive outstanding CR, confidential reports. I told you in the beginning that when I had no choice to run away from my government job, I decided to give my best to it. At that time, I did not realize that my giving best to it is going to give me some reward in the future. And that reward was that I had consecutive outstanding confidential report appraisals, and that got me chosen to represent the government of India in United Nations audit in Western Africa, in countries Senegal and Niger. I still remember the email that I got from Comptroller and Auditor General of India, the CAG's office, Delhi. When I got that email and said, "Dear Geeta, you are selected for United Nations audit, and you will be going from X month to X date. You'll be going there, and your co-officers are XYZ." I was the junior most officer. Tears rolled down by my eyes, because there again this time also I know that self, if I had not determined to work hard to be the best in this government department, I would have never made it. I when i when i reached Delhi airport, I called up my parents and told them I'm in Delhi airport and I'm flying abroad. And you know why I called up and told them? Because years ago, when I was working in a private company and I was supposed to travel for work for one night, and when I traveled there and I came back, my family was so angry that a girl should not be staying away for so long, and I had to leave that job. I did not even realize what is the mistake that I did, but because I was a girl and I was not supposed to stay out at night, even if it is for official work, I had to leave my job. And here I was in a government department chosen by the government of India to represent it in United Nations audit. And I called my mother and I was crying. And you know why I was crying? Because now I did not have to take anyone's permission to go. And now I was making my country proud by representing the government of India in United Nations audit. So this government job stint, I had decided when I joined that I will not go beyond 20 years. 20 years is the time when you can take voluntary retirement. I cannot tolerate beyond that, because I wanted to do something more in life. I did not know what, but I wanted to do something more in life. So exactly 20 years and 8 months later, I left the government job. And you can understand what must have happened. Everyone said that, oh my God, this female is such a fool to leave a cushioned government job, and she is leaving the job without any reason, without any path in the front. She does not even know what is she going to do. So can you believe it? Even the even the decision of leaving the job, I had taken myself. I did not know what I will do. But the last day of my office, when I walked out of that office, yeah, my farewell party was the most attended party. You know why? Not for good reasons, but because I was called the Hitler in the office. And I'll tell you why. Because I used to audit government departments. I was an audit officer. So I used to go for audit, and I was a very, very, very strict officer. My principle was that if you're taking money from the government, you should give your best. Don't mat karo. Do don't show laziness in work, and don't indulge in corruption. So I used to be a very honest officer, and I also gave my 100%, and I ensured that everyone working under me also gave. So I used to cross my own muster if I'm late in office. Okay, so I was that strict, which people could not digest. But anyway, my party was the most attended party. I spoke on mic. Every one of you are very happy that I'm leaving, but no, it was not the case. They were all very happy that I was doing something which I always wanted to do. I wanted to leave. After I left the government job, Kameshwar, change the slide. I did not know anything. You can understand from this slide. I did not know where I'm jumping to. I did not know what am I going to do. Absolutely zero idea. I had to take a leap of faith. 1 month I sat in my house every day morning, waking up, feeling happy I don't have to go to office. And at night going to sleep. 1 month I enjoyed my retired life, voluntary retired life. 1 month. And exactly a month later, what happened is that suddenly there are a lot of opportunities that is coming up. I was invited. Kameshwar, show the next slide. I was invited to host, to anchor events. So you can see photographs over here. Can you believe I'm the same girl? I was the same girl who was so afraid of talking on the stage, who was afraid of mic, and suddenly I started anchoring shows. I started getting invited to anchor shows, not just in India, but also outside India. As you can see, one of the photographs, ISC Abu Dhabi, which is India's Social and Cultural Center in Abu Dhabi. I have hosted events in Abu Dhabi, Muscat, Bahrain, etc. And I've also hosted events of Yeshudas, Chitra, Arijit Singh, etc. etc. I mean, the list is, I don't want to go into that. But the point is that the same girl who was so afraid to talk in public, here she was hosting events, talking to the public, managing huge audiences of say 2,000 to 3,000 people. At a time, I used to handle that many people. I realized that yes, this was such a natural progression for me. I did not know what I will do when I leave the government, when I left the government job. But when I left the government job, after that, the leap of faith is something which I took because I wanted to do something different. I was an artist at heart. I, like Kameshwar introduced me, a compassionate person. Yes, all those things were there inside me, which was not being put into use in a government job. So I had to get away. I knew I was making a foolish decision. I did not have anyone to take care of me. My marriage did not work. After 17 years of marriage, I had to walk out because of certain reasons which I don't need to go on here about. But the point is that I had to take decision for myself in life. I had to fend for myself in life. And one thing that stood with me all along is that thing which was biting and scratching inside. That thing called self confidence, that thing called self belief, that thing called grit, that thing called determination. As I was anchoring events, the next thing that happened, even more interesting, and that is acting. As you can see here, I mean, yeah, it's very funny that I did not have a single actor in my family. I did not have any singer in my family. I did not have any dancers in my family. And here I was doing everything of that sort. I was crazy. Actually, I'm still very mad. I'm not normal. I'm not normal. I'm a crazy person. I'm a total nutcase. I'm a total mad person because I start dreaming something and I have to achieve it. So when I got the offer for my first film in Malayalam film industry, in the southern film industry, they told me it was an audition. I went there and I realized it was not an audition. It was actually a shoot. The first picture that you see where I'm wearing a sari, that was my first film. And the film story was about how a child leaves home and gets lost. And the mother is suffering for the loss of a child. Let me tell you, the 4 days of shoot, I had to shed tears. And every tear that came out of my eyes was not through glycerin. They were genuine tears because at that time, my biological son was separated from me. Life had very interesting ways of teaching you things. You know what? You have to keep your eyes and ears open. God wanted to pass on a message to me at that time, and God chose the medium of this film, made me act in that film, made me cry genuine tears, and made me understand a very valuable lesson in life that all of us are actually just vehicles for our children to come into this world. Destiny is theirs. We cannot keep a hold on them. We cannot hold on to them. We cannot control them. We can only be there for them when they need us. Once we give birth to them, once they grow up, they are by their own. And that is the lesson I learned from that film when I was acting in that film. While I was acting in that film, I got a second film from Muscat. I went and shot for that film. I did an advertisement with Shah Rukh Khan. I featured in that ad with Shah Rukh Khan. Yeah, that was a limelight, a life changing experience because I don't know why. I don't know how many of you like Shah Rukh Khan as much as I do, but I really like him very much. Why? Because I like the passion, that burning passion inside him. See, he also, I guess, comes from a non film background. He also worked very hard to be something in his life. And I so resonate with him. And I see that burning passion inside him, and that is exactly what I relate to. So I also acted in television serials. I wanted to become an IAS officer, IPS officer. I could not become in real life, but still I wore the uniform. And that was the I was an ACP in a television serial in the southern film in the southern television industry, and I could finally wear the uniform. I was very happy when the press and the media appreciated my acting, and yes, I did enjoy that side of my life, which is no longer my life today. See, I achieve, I leave, find out something else, achieve, leave, because in the end, there is a purpose in your life which everything will finally lead you to. And you will never know what that purpose in your life is till you finally reach that. See, if I was not in the government, I would have never been secure today through the pension that I get. So that government job was necessary. Thank you, my mother. If you had not dragged me out of the bed that day, I would have never got passed the exam and got the job. So if I was not a part of the government job, then I would not have been secure today. If I was not part of the film industry, if I was not a part of the show industry, I would have never met a group of differently abled artists, which finally led to my destiny that I am today. So everything has a reason. Everything has a reason. Never try to question why things happen with you. Everything has a reason. And I am telling this from my real life personal experiences that if you just accept what is coming to you, if you just accept what is coming to you, it will lead you to what it is actually meant. We go on to the next thing. I started doing corporate training. I started speaking. I started getting invited at public platforms to talk about my journey because in the past so many years of my life, I have gone through everything that a female would go through, be it pain, struggle, agony, treachery, abuse, and whatnot. Examples and examples will not suffice this 1 hour of webinar, which is the reason why I'm just telling you that how you can use the examples and experiences from my life for your own benefit. So I started sharing experiences. I started doing corporate training. I got invited by the Public Relations Council of India to become their keynote speaker, how a woman can break the glass ceiling. Who better to talk about it than me? Because I have gone through nonsense. I have gone through nonsense. Even when I was in the government job, I was threatened that I will be killed if I raise certain audit objections when I was in the government department. You know what gave me the guts for all these things? There's a saying in Hindi, kafan bandhna, sir pe kafan bandhna. It means that once आपने वो कफन बांध लिया ना, then you are not afraid of death. And when you are not afraid of death, life can never scare you. This is the way I used to approach everything in life. What I used to do, what worse can happen in XYZ if I fail? If I am prepared for that, then nothing will scare me from putting the best possible efforts in succeeding whatever I want to do. So that is the only thing that kept me going. That is the only thing that kept me motivated to do things one after the other. So I did all these corporate trainings. Next, this is where the life changed. This is where the life changed. You can see on the screen differently abled artists who are performing on the wheelchair, and the girls that you see on the screen are all hearing and speech impaired. I was hosting a show. It was a show, show where there were a lot of entertainment, dancers, singers, etc., and these artists were performing in that show. I was stumped for the first time in my life. When I was anchoring, I was tongue tied because I saw the beauty and the fabulousness of the performance of these artists. I connected with them, and when I connected with their guru, I wrote about it on Facebook. An entertainment company from Muscat asked me to bring these artists to Muscat for performing. I contacted the guru. We all went there. One day before the performance, when I was sitting with the head to discuss about the flow of the event, this man started making advances. See, this is the point. This is the problem that happens when women are out to achieve their dreams and try to succeed. So when this man started misbehaving, I told him that I'm here only and only for work and I won't stand any nonsense. I had to put him off. I had to save myself. The second day event was over. I came back to India, and exactly 2 months later, one of these kids called me and said, Didi, हमारे साथ बहुत गलत हो रहा है. Didi, lot of things are happening with us. Please help us. And I remembered what happened to me. I was actually worried that these young girls who were hearing and speech impaired, what must be happening with them, what they must be facing when this man can dare to do make an advance to an educated person like me. I stood by this. I stood by the student. It took me 1 year to restore their confidence and faith in themselves. I was writing about these things on Facebook. Lot of differently able started approaching me, asking for help, and that is how I ended up becoming a social entrepreneur. I formed two organizations. Kamisho, change the slide. I formed two organizations. Now, can you believe the journey where it started? It started from that girl who was so scared to even stand on the stage and talk. Even in the government service, I used to be afraid to go to the canteen and have a cup of tea, wondering what will people say when they see me sitting alone and having tea. And here I was daring to create two, not one, two organizations. I formed Drishya, which is a proprietary firm, and I formed Drishya Shakti Trust, which is an NGO. Both these firms are dedicated towards building platforms for the amazing differently abled of our country. In India, there is no one to talk about them. There's no one to speak about for them. And that is exactly what I am trying to do, to bring them platforms, because internationally they are taken care of. But in India, it's not so. So I dared to venture into an area which I knew nothing about. I'm not an MBA, I'm just a commerce graduate. And that too, I did commerce because I can't do science. I cannot stand the sight of blood. And that is the reason why I did not take science. Arts at that time was considered to be mediocre. So I took commerce out of no choice. There was no reason why I became a commerce graduate. I am not educated more than that. I'm just a commerce graduate. And here is a commerce graduate who has had such varied life experiences with no support, no backing, daring to set up two firms. You know what helped me? Yes, you guessed it right. That same itching, that same scratching inside, that I had to make a difference. I had to make an impact. And thank God for all those tough experiences I faced in my life. You know why I'm thanking God for that? Because if I had not gone through pain, through struggle, through abuse, through hunger, I would not have had the capacity to understand that same pain in others. Today, my eyes water when I see the pain of others, because I know what pain is. I know what struggle is. That is why I am again repeating, nothing goes waste. Even the pain, struggle, the tears, everything that you go through, na, that also does not go waste, because at some point of time, that also will come in use. Today, those same tears, those same struggle, those same pain, that loneliness, that feeling of being isolated, that feeling of not having enough money to even have the basic needs, those things help me today. Those things has built my character today, and I'm able to run these two organizations at least reasonably successfully. I'm so glad that there are parents who come and break down in front of us saying, Geeta ma'am, thank you so much. आप हमारे लिए भगवान हो. नहीं, I'm not God. I am not God. I'm just a simple, normal, plain human being who did not give up on herself, no matter anyone else believed in me or not. Next slide. Go on to the slide after that. After that. This is where my first TEDx speech happened. Every one of us knows what is TEDx. Every one of us knows what it means to be selected to speak on TEDx. You can see on the screen the person sitting on my left, the person, senior person, he is the director of Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad. And the person sitting this side is the captain of the state cricket team of Gujarat. Three of us were selected to deliver TEDx speech, and the topic that was given to me, interestingly, was how to overcome failure. Who better can talk about it than me, because of the kind of muke bal girna Hindi mein. I have fallen so badly. Are gana mat gana, don't ever dare to sing. Don't ever speak in public. Don't ever show your face. You cannot do this. You are a fool. Everywhere mockery, mockery, mockery. Everywhere failure. Today, when I look back, I'm wondering that thank God I did not give up on myself. I didn't care if anyone else gives up on me, but I did not give up on myself. So this was my first TEDx talk, the moment of pride for me, of course. Why? Because all that struggle, all that pain, everything got recognized when I got invited here, number one. And second thing is that I got an opportunity to make a difference by talking about it. By talking about what I went through, there were many in the audience, young students, who came up and said, Ki, ma'am, I will also not give up. Ma'am, I also felt alone. Ma'am, nobody talks to me. When they come and tell me this, I tell them, see, I'm standing here now, you can definitely stand. So, every single thing that you have gone through in life, please share it with others. If you have overcome it, please share it. Don't keep it to yourself. You don't need a TEDx platform to talk about it. If you have achieved anything in life, even chotu sa, even small achievement, go and talk about it to someone who can get inspiration from it. Don't keep it to yourself. So, going ahead, coming back to gratitude, grit, and greatness. Thank God, thank God, thank God. This is something I speak at least 50 times in a day, almost every time. So when I'm walking out of the house to go somewhere, I look at my house back and say, thank God I have this place to come back to from wherever I am going. So if you are living in your own house, or even if you're staying in a rented house, don't forget to thank the house for being there when you come back, for that roof that gives you shelter for coming back. Bol do na thank you. Say thank you to the house. It is okay if it cannot listen, but the sense of gratitude that will develop inside you will make you humble no matter what you achieve. Thank you, thank you, thank you for everything. I thank everything. I thank even my bottle because it gives me water. It fills water. And my God, without water, can we survive? So, gratitude, even if it is pain. I will talk about gratitude more in a slide that will come next. Next is grit. Grit, determination. Never giving up. Never giving up. I had the choice. You can see on the slide. Yes, maybe no. How many times have you said no? I would like to know. Is there anyone who would like to say that share here that when an opportunity came to you, you said no because you felt scared? It is okay to be scared. There is nothing wrong in being scared. It is okay to be scared. It is okay to say, I am telling you, I was a complete failure. I am not rich. I am not Aishwarya Rai. I am not very highly educated. But I am proud of myself because I did not give up on myself. I did not give up on myself. So whenever any opportunity comes, and it comes, huh? It comes all the time. Right now, all of you who are attending this webinar, even this also will have some hidden opportunity for you. Something may spark inside you which will make you take up something tomorrow. Now, if you are struggling between should I, shouldn't I, maybe I should not, don't hesitate. What will happen? You may fail. So what will happen? I i told you na, TEDx platform ka topic ye tha, how to overcome failure. If I had given up when that boy said don't ever sing again, today I would not have been singing on so many platforms. If that day when others laughed at me for speaking and wrongly on the stage, I would not have been talking in front of you today. Adore would not have called me at all. For what they will call me? What achievement? For being afraid? No. I'm here only because I did not give up on myself. And you know what? I want to tell you one more secret. I am madly in love, crazily, foolishly in love. With whom? Or kisi ki with myself. I love myself. I'm crazily in love with myself. And you know how that helps me? I don't care if others love me or not. I don't seek validation. I worry about what will he say, what will she say, because I love myself. I look at the mirror, I smile and say, Geeta, you're beautiful. Geeta, baja, ja, kar. I talk to myself. Yeah, if you talk in public, people will think you're mad. So then I talk slowly or inside my mind. But don't stop talking to yourself. You know what? This answer to this question, yes, no, maybe, will come from inside you when you start talking to yourself. Try it. If you have not tried it till now, try it. Next time when you are faced with a struggle, close your eyes, just relax, and then say, actually, what is it that I want to do? I do this. I just close my eyes and I just think, actually, what is it that I want to do? Do I really want to do it? Do I really want to achieve it? And if the answer is yes, then I don't worry about the risk involved. I say yes, then dekha jayega. If you adopt this mentality in your life, I'm telling you, it is going to be a beautiful life, a life that you have chosen for yourself, not anyone else. I'll come to that later on. So the next slide, Kameshwar. Do you really think you need to stand up on the stage to talk to be different? No. Can you see a huge crowd on the screen? We all may be one in that crowd. But does that mean we are not great just because we are one among the crowd? No. We can still be great. We can be great for ourselves. We can be great for those around us. You don't need to be a celebrity. You don't, please remove this concept from your mind that greatness is equal to celebrityhood. Greatness is equal to being famous. No. Greatness means that you are proud about the values that you hold, about what you have achieved in life, and how you have created a positive impact among those around you. When one person changes because of you, you are great. You are great. So no need to stand on a podium, be celebrity, be famous in order to be great. So that is the reason why I have put this word in my topic, greatness. Greatness does not mean celebrity. Greatness does not mean being famous. Greatness means that you have been able to create an impact in your life and in the life of others. Kamesh should go to the next slide. Now I'll come to what I talked about, gratitude. Please read this, and please understand this. Please, if you want, take a photograph of the screen. Gratitude, because I'm alive. I'm so lucky. We all are so lucky. We are alive. Let me repeat, we are alive. Can you believe this? We are alive, and we are able to experience this beauty called life because we are alive. So the first gratitude is thank God we are alive. Second is be grateful for all the pains and struggles that you have gone through, because that is what has built you. Now, if you want to write a book about your life, and if you do not like struggles and pains, क्या लिखोगे book में? Once upon a time, there was a person called Kameshwar, and he became famous. उसके बीच में क्या हुआ? Nobody knows. So, whatever struggles and pains that you may go through in life, this will lead to your journey, story of your journey in life. You will have a story to tell. You will have something to share, your experiences to share. Or karo, you should do it. Like I told you again, smallest of struggles that you have overcome, no, share it, because there will be someone out there who must have given up, or who may be thinking of giving up. Because you shared the story, they are not giving up. Third is gratitude for opportunities. Today, you do an exercise before you go to sleep. When you are on your bed, just close your eyes and think from morning till evening, till night. And think of the smallest of things. You will be surprised that there may have been at least one opportunity that came by and you did not realize it. And I'm telling you, there will be hardly days where there is no opportunity. If the water in your pipe goes off, if there is a water cut, it is an opportunity for you to understand the value of conserving water. Everything has an opportunity. Every negative thing has an opportunity. Find out what is that opportunity. Find out what is it that is hidden inside that struggle, which will help you in becoming more stronger and more committed. Next is gratitude for all the love and support you get. We take our people for granted. We take our people, anyone who supports you, anyone who guides you, don't take it for granted, because we live only once. Today, if you have not said sorry to someone, say it. You never know, tomorrow you or that person, God forbid, if not there, you will never get a second chance to say sorry. So be very grateful for all the love and support that you get, and show it. And also, of course, be grateful for everything that you have. Again, another exercise for you. Today, make a list of all the gifts that is there in your life. Chota se chota. I'm so grateful for this fan that I have. I can't tolerate heat. I can't tolerate heat. So I have bought this small fan. I'm so grateful that this fan is there. I can't bear heat. I'm so grateful for water. I'm so grateful for all of you attending this webinar, listening to me. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. It is never going to be less. Be as thankful as possible. Next is grit and courage. See what is written there: to give up and take up. You know, himmat chahiye. You need courage to give up. You need courage to take up. Think about it. If you want to become a marathoner and you hate getting up in the morning, think about it. Can you become a marathoner? You have to give up the comfort of your bed in order to become a successful marathoner. If you want to become an IAS officer, you have to put up 16 to 18 hours of study. You have to increase your knowledge. Only then you will succeed. If you want to sit in your house, in the comfort of your house, if you want to be jolly, happy, lazy, of course you can. But then don't complain that I couldn't achieve my dreams. So, grit and courage to give up and also to take up. Take up means to take up any risk in order to become successful in life. Lastly, before I end this webinar, I want to share a few magic mantras that I believe in. And let me tell you, repeating, I believe in. Because I don't want to give you anything that is philosophical. No, I will only tell you what I do. I will only tell you what I believe in. And the first is please, please, please make gratitude a part of your life, because gratitude will make keep you humble. Gratitude will not let arrogance come inside you. Gratitude will help, will remove all the negative energy inside your head and will make space for positivity, for better dreams. So please make gratitude a part of your life. Next is don't be afraid of failing. Failing is a part of life. You know what? When a person who is a runner, a marathoner, when he runs and falls and gets injured, they don't cry or they don't get upset, because every single injury, or say, for example, army man who gets injured by a bullet wound, that bullet wound is a matter of pride. It is not a wound, it is a matter of pride. So every single pain, hurt, struggle, challenges that you have gone through now, love it, hold it very close to you, because that is what is going to build your character. That is what built my character. That is what is going to build your character too. And I promise you, nothing that is mentioned here is going to fail. I promise you. Thirdly, don't let anyone else write your story. Write your own story. Don't let anyone write your story. Why? Because there will be so many people who will tell you, oh my God, don't do this. At this age, you will do this. I have been told this so many times. So at the age of 30 and 39 years, when I participated in a reality show in television, oh, at this age, you're going for reality TV show. You have a small child. How will you take care of that child? How will you do this? How will you do that? 10,000 reasons. When I got promotion, I was transferred to Kolkata. Everyone expected me to reject the promotion because there was this small boy to be taken care of. You know what I did? I asked that small boy, Beta, mom has got a promotion. What should I do? Should I say yes or no? You know what my son asked me? He asked me, Mama, someone will be there here, no? I said, yeah, your nanny will come and take. Ah, Mama, go. My small child at that time, he was hardly 4 years or so, he solved my problem. See, there are many reasons for us to say no, but there will be only one reason to say yes. So don't allow anyone else to write your story. Your story, your life is yours. Yours. You write it, because you are the one who is living it every single day. Make and write your own story. Fourthly, if you are trying to achieve something, you try, fail, and then you stop trying. It means that you are not passionate enough. It means that that itching and scratching that I was talking all through this webinar, that itching and scratching inside me, if it is there inside you, no, it will not allow you to stop. After a particular point of time, if it is still not working in spite of multiple strategies, then you are a fool if you don't give up. Fine. That means that you are not meant for it. Go for the plan B. But if you have tried once or twice and you give up, it means that that is something which you are not passionate about. Someone asked me recently, Geeta, I want to become the Prime Minister of India. Can I become? I said, of course you can become, but try for it. Try. Just by telling me you want to become a Prime Minister of India, you're not going to succeed. But if you really genuinely try for it, if you work for it, if you plan for it, if you really believe in it, you will be able to. Kameshwar, go to the next slide. And my last set of magical mantras. You know what? The bitter truth is that I will explain this very easily. So you are alive right now. Okay. When you are alive, you're getting multiple chances to fulfill your dreams, right? And that is because you are alive right now. But the bad part is you are alive only once. Did you understand the irony of it? So, as long as you are alive, you get multiple chances to fulfill your dreams. But as long as you are alive means that life is only one. So, it is your choice. Do you want to waste it or do you want to make something out of it? It is okay to have no dreams. Don't. It's okay if you are happy in your existence. But then don't complain if someone else is achieving their dreams. Don't say, why is their life better than mine? Sixthly, the only person in your control is you yourself. You cannot control everyone. You cannot. Don't say, if the bus comes in time, I will reach my office in time or my college in time. So if this happens, I will do this. If this happens, I will do this. If everything is so convenient in life, then everyone will become achievers. No. But that is not the reality. No. So, in order to become an achiever, you have to control yourself. You have to be in totally control of yourself. And lastly, the very last thing that I want to talk is that bask in greatness. So when you achieve something, pat yourself on the back. Don't wait for someone to come and pat, because there won't be. I'm telling you, the biggest virtue in this whole world is jealousy. There will be hundreds of people who will actually tell you congratulations, huh? But behind your back, they will be very jealous of your achievement. So don't wait for someone to pat your back. Pat yourself and move on to the next goal. So these are my magical mantras that I actually practice in my real life. Let us all get together, change. Let us all get together to promise a few things. I want every one of you to read this wherever you are sitting. I promise myself, I'm grateful for this gift of life and everything that comes with it. I'm madly in love with myself and I will never disappoint me. I have the power to change my life and those around me. I am responsible to help others stand up when they fall, like I once fell down. And lastly, I will share my story of struggles associated with my success and inspire others. Please, if you want, you can take a screenshot of the screen. Promise this every day to yourself, and I'm very sure that you will also be one day invited by Adore to share your story, because you dared to be different, you dared to dream, you did not give up on yourself, you were madly in love with yourself, and you chose to become an achiever rather than be known as a person who gives up. God bless you all, and thank you so much.
Uh, Insightful webinar.
Thank
Now
you.
the floor is open for question. If anyone have any kind of doubt, please you can ask to ma'am.
If there is, and it's not just doubt, I would love to hear some story also from anyone of you, not just doubts and questions. So I would love to hear if you have managed to not give up on yourself, if you have some small snippet of how you did not give up on yourself. I would love to hear that. And how many of you are madly in love with yourself? I would like to know that also, because I am a crazy person and I love myself. How many of you love yourself? Don't tell me nobody loves themselves. Okay, so
We love
Kameshwar,
myself.
I can see your hand. I'm so happy to see at least one person loves themselves crazily. So
Ma'am,
how
I
many?
also love myself very much.
Awesome, Anish. Awesome. And please never stop loving yourself, okay? Because don't expect any girl to come and tell you I love you genuinely.
No,
Genuinely.
ma'am, no, ma'am.
Aigi, let her come at her time. But till that time, and even after that, never stop saying I love you to yourself. Okay, because that means a lot to your own self-esteem.
Absolutely. Anybody? Surekha, Chitra, anybody of you like to share your own experiences and how you have overcome the failure you have faced in your life? Please come up.
Hello, ma'am. May I?
Yes,
Yeah,
Ankita.
sure.
Yes, hello. I am Ankita Chatterjee and I'm from Kolkata.
Okay.
So I have speech problem and all. So, so even after that, मैं हिंदी में पे बात कर सकती हूँ?
हाँ, बोलिए ना.
हाँ मैम. कम सभी मुझे बोलते थे कि आप इंटर्नशिप नहीं कर पाओगे, आप जॉब नहीं कर पाओगे for your speech problem and all.
ओके.
So मुझसे एक्चुअली ये बात तो मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगता.
ओके. आप क्या कर रहे हो उसके लिए?
इसके लिए मैं फिलहाल में इंटर्नशिप कर रही हूँ for getting experience and for the jobs
ओके.
as well. And मैं मैरिड हूँ. एक्चुअली
ओके.
मेरी सिस्टर इन लॉ है. वो
हाँ.
वो एक्चुअली मुझे हमेशा बोलते हैं कि आप जॉब इंटर्नशिप नहीं कर सकते हो. कि आप इंटर्नशिप जॉब छोड़ दो. आप बिजनेस पे लग जाओ.
ओके.
बट ओके, बट ये बात मैं सुनती भी नहीं हूँ इतना भी. मैं अपने लाइफ में अपने खुद ही मतलब मैं मरना चाहती हूँ. मीन्स
ओके.
मीन्स 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 आई वांट टू बी. I don't want to depend to others.
या, आई अंडरस्टैंड. तो अंकिता, ये जानकर बहुत खुशी हुई कि सबके ये कहने के बावजूद कि आप इंटर्नशिप नहीं कर सकते हो, आप जॉब नहीं कर सकते हो, आपने गिव अप तो नहीं किया ना?
नहीं, एकदम ही नहीं.
हाँ, तो यही बात है. सो एक बात जानती हो अंकिता जी, दैट आज आपने ना एक बात ऐसी कही है जो आपको कैटेगरी में डालता है ग्रेटनेस का. आप ग्रेट हो. आप जानते हो आप ग्रेट हो. क्यों ग्रेट हो पता है आपको? इसीलिए नहीं कि आपने उनकी बात नहीं मानी, इसीलिए कि आपने अपनी बात सुनी और आपने अपने आप को वैल्यू किया और आपने अपने आप को रिस्पेक्ट किया.
यस मैम.
और इसके बाद भी चैलेंजेस आएगा अंकिता. और जो लोग भी आपको नीचे गिराने की कोशिश करते हैं, ये सब तब कामयाब होंगे जब आप अपने आप पे बिलीव नहीं करोगे. इसलिए मैंने कहा, इसलिए मैं अभी आई थिंक अनीश वाज द गाय हु सेड दैट यस आई आल्सो लव लव माई सेल्फ. तो वही हम कह रहे हैं आपको कि अगर आप अपने आप को सी, आपके पास एक ही जिंदगी अंकिता, हकीकत तो यही है कि आपके पास दूसरा शॉट नहीं है. हम में से
एकदम भी
किसी के
नहीं.
पास, हाँ, किसी के पास भी नहीं है. ऐसा ऐसा हम में से कोई भी नहीं आया है जो दो बार पैदा करने का गारंटी लेकर आता है ना. हम एक ही बार जीते हैं, तो एक ही बार जीते हैं, तो यही जिंदगी में जो करना है कर लो ना. और बहुत खुशी हुई ये जान के कि आपने गिव अप नहीं किया, आप अपना इंटर्नशिप कर रहे हो. बस मेरी यही बेस्ट विशेस है कि इसी तरह से आप अपने सपने पूरे करने में कामयाब हो और आप अपने आप पे गिव अप कभी मत करना.
थैंक यू मैम.
मोस्ट वेलकम.
Thank you, Ankita, for coming. It's really inspiring that you are not giving up. And anyone else, please. Okay. Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yes.
Basically, I have a question. As I'm a student, so I'm preparing for some competitive exams. Oftentimes, we face some failures during that. But after facing failures, we get a kind of setbacks, and we kind of start doubting ourselves. So how to overcome with that, ma'am? Because
Yeah.
it really bothers a lot.
I know, I know. I can understand. And I perfectly empathize with you, Kameshwar, that this is the problem that though many may not be speaking up, but everyone faces
Yeah.
this problem of self-doubt. The self-doubt is something. So I also told you, I had my self-doubts. Okay. Now I had, like I gave you the singing example, the speech example, all these examples. Even when I left my job, when people said you will not be able to do anything. See, the first thing that happens is self-doubt is very natural. Don't fight it. Okay, self doubt is natural, but what you do with that self doubt is what is important. So it is okay to have self doubt. So whenever you have self doubt, sit down, okay, and think about it, that why in the first place are you studying that? Why did you decide to study whatever you're studying? Why did you do it? Why can't you do something else? You chose to study. If you are the one who took the decision to study that, then keep reminding yourself, this is why I chose this. This is why I chose this. And if I don't succeed in going ahead because of self doubt, then you are not failing others, you're failing yourself. Remember yourself. This is the reason why I keep telling love yourself, because when you love, so example, you love your mother, Kameshwar.
Absolutely,
You
ma'am.
love,
Obviously.
you love your parents.
Yes.
100%, right? Would you do anything to hurt them?
Not at all.
Would you do anything that will fail them, as which will make them say, oh no, Kameshwar is our son? Will you do anything like that?
Not at all.
That is because you love them, right?
Yes, sir.
Then why is it that when you start loving yourself, will you let yourself down? Think
Not at
about
all.
it.
Not.
Got it?
Yeah.
Next time when you have self doubt, इतना मैं खुद के लिए नहीं कर सकता, can't I do this much for myself? Am I so weak that I will let myself down? See, you are not answerable to others, you are answerable to yourself. Don't be answerable to others, be answerable to yourself. The day you start seeking validation everywhere else, no, that is the time everything will go wrong. Because this world is not going to this world will only recognize when you're successful. They will not recognize you when you're struggling. In your self doubt phase, nobody is going to come and tell you, it's okay, Kameshwar, tu kar sakta hai, tu ye. Maybe they will say a couple of sentences and then they go away. Or wahan जाके बोलेगा, अरे ये देखो. They will laugh at you. Who will not laugh at you is you yourself. So simple. Love yourself like the way you love your parents, and don't let yourself down.
Absolutely.
Got it?
Thank you so much. Yeah. Anybody else? Please, you can come up. Uh, I have shared the feedback link in the chat. You all can fill that feedback form. Please do fill it. So I think we can conclude now.
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for your patient listening. And I hope that this has added some value, or at least made some difference in your lives. That's it. Thank you.
Ma'am, thank you, ma'am, for this insightful webinar. Your insights on life and challenges which you have faced throughout your life. That way, and the way you have overcome it is really inspiring. And I'm very sure that most of us will agree with that. I mean, you have really proved the sayings that which we used to hear throughout our childhood, like "Fortune favors the brave," and obviously when the life gives you a lemon, make a lemonade. Means
Yeah,
never
yeah.
settle for
True,
less.
true,
Yeah, and never ever give up.
true.
So it's really been inspiring, and it's really been enlightening listening to you and knowing your all experiences.
Thank
So
you.
we are deeply grateful for the time and effort you put into your sharing your expertise with us today.
Thank you so
So
much.
really, thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank
And
you so
I would
much.
also like to thank you, Adore, for giving us this opportunity to organize this webinar and get a very esteemed speaker within us. So as we know that Adore is a worldwide voluntary organization, which is comprised of various college students and professionals. So who works and guide the youth towards positive actions. So I'm very sure that if anyone would like to, participate with Adore or connect with us, please you can. And ma'am, we will always like to have you on the Adore. So please, whenever you want to, we are always welcome in Adore. So thank you so much, and a very thank you to everyone who joined. you have made this session really grateful. So thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Please do fill the feedback form.
Kameshwar, I can leave.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. You can.
Yes.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for coming.
Thank you so much. Thank you.